Okay, guys, as promised, let's talk drip. Let's talk Animal Farm. Specifically, let's talk about what we know about drip, drop, draw, and let's talk about what we know about Piggie Plinko. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, guys, welcome back to the Crypto Wave. Voice is still slowly coming back. I appreciate you tuning in. Get a quick drink here. So I was looking, obviously the white paper for drip, drop, draw has not been released yet. The Triple D is still pending with the white paper. However, there was a video that Bartertown went through, excuse me, that went over a lot of the details and stuff. There was a lot. It was back a 2-hour video. So what I did is I try to pull the big facts out. For anybody new to drip, here's a couple of the basics that you're going to need to know. Reservoir, there is a level 2 reservoir coming out later. They're actually working on it. Excuse me. So we'll go into that later. But what is the Faucet? The Faucet, in essence, is a place where if you were to purchase drip, which is obviously the token of the ecosystem for the drip network. If you were to purchase drip and you were to deposit drip into this faucet, so say you had 1,000 drip or 100 drip and you deposit it. When you deposit, a 10% fee is taken. So in essence, you would get the 900 drip. What that 900 drip does is it goes over into your deposit field. The deposit field will keep track of everything that you deposit. Your max payout field is going to be revealing what your deposit is times 365%, because the way the faucet works is it is going to give you 1% a day based off your deposits for 365 days. So as you claim, whether that be to hydrate or in essence compound, or you claim in order to sell the drip, your claim will go up. Your available is what is currently available based on your earnings of that time. So currently I have 4,000 deposits. I have a max payout of 14,807. I've claimed just about half of that, but I do have 90 available. Now, if I were to hit hydrate, it would take this 90, it would put it into my deposit, and it would increase that max payout by 300, or it would increase 90 times 365, and then increase the max payout to what would be available to me. Referral words, if anybody actually has any referrals, it actually shows I have 4 out of 6 team. Funny part is I actually have 3 wallets. I'm not sure who the 4th one is actually. Somebody must have contributed unto me. Let me look. How do you look? I never pay attention to it because I never think anybody actually. Team viewer. View all. Look at that. I wonder who that is right there. I want to look it up because that's not mine. So somebody did utilize my thing. I appreciate that, whoever that was. But in essence, the other ones are me. Actually, I'm utilizing a couple different wallets, and I kind of, in essence, kind of use my own referrals sort of thing. But in order to earn referrals, you do have to have a certain amount of B-Reap. I'll make sure that I have enough B-Reap. There's a note down here as to how much you need. B-Reap held in your wallet, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 5. But at any rate, we'll get into that at a later point. So then you have the swap option. In essence, this is what is the current rate? How much do you have? This is where you can buy drip, and this is also where you can sell drip. If you resell it, 10% tax. 10% tax also applies on sells. You do end up getting BNB for that sell. So with that being said, that is basic. Thing we're waiting for is we are waiting for utility of the drip token. We're looking for ways to lock up drip. We are looking for ways to burn drip. We are looking for ways to use drip. The more you lock it up, the more you burn it, the more you use it, the higher the price may go. The higher the price goes, the bigger that 1% a day is. So what do we know? What they end up doing, and what Bartertown and some other developers and people in the community did, is they're doing the triple D, the drip, drop, draw. So what do we know? It is going to be a raffle type game that you get raffle tickets for purchasing drip and going into the faucet via their contract with the potential of earning prizes. So you can go in with drip that you have earned. You can go in with BNB, or you can go in BUSD. It does have to be, it's basically $1 per ticket. So if you were going to do it, so for instance, at the moment, you have 47 cents per drip. You'd actually have to utilize 3 drip, technically, because you need to be over the dollar mark in order to get one raffle prize. And he was very specific on that. Make sure that you are using as close to whole dollars as you can. Now, he did also mention that 100% of all earnings from the faucet, from the faucet side flows to the faucet. What does that mean? In essence, when you go through his contract and you were to say you had 100 drip and you go into his contract, what it ends up doing actually is it buys raffle tickets for you for the prizes, and then 75%, so 75 of these would actually go into your deposit in the faucet. So in essence, you are getting 75% of what you're depositing. However, what that also means is as the prizes are being paid, so these prizes that are mentioned down here, it is actually being paid to you in the form of airdrops of drip. When you get an airdrop of drip, it is putting it into your deposits here. So that's what he means by this. 100% of earnings from the faucet side flow into the faucet. So what does that mean? Anything that you win is going into here, and then you will start earning 1% for 365, increasing your daily available and increasing your max payout, which is pretty convenient in my opinion. If you use drip to interest, so we already talked about that. If you use BNB and BUSD, you get bonus tickets, 20% more tickets specifically. So yeah, that is, in essence, why are they doing this? They are trying to deepen the liquidity. If you buy BNB or you buy with BUSD, then you can deepen that liquidity pool, thus impacting price positively. And so they're actually going to give you 20% bonus tickets. So if you were going with $100 BNB, you would get actually $120 worth of raffle tickets, or 20% more. Now, the interesting thing, and I was thinking about this when I was planning this video, is there a way to take advantage of this bonus? And the way I look at it is, if you're already in drip and you have to claim, so if I claim this, I'm going to get taxed when I sell it. You don't get taxed for claiming, but you get taxed 10% for selling, but you get BNB. So if you're already getting close to max payout, because there is a maximum payout here, and you have available, and you're hoping to win a big prize, you're going to want a new wallet anyways. My thought is, why can't you claim from one wallet, swap it for 10%, and maybe I'm wrong, I'm trying to think this through as I'm talking about it, sell it for 10%. So let's say we do, let's make it easy. Let's call it 100. Let's say we have 100 drip, we claim it, we come to swap, we sell it for BNB. We're going to have 90 drip, or $90, or 90, let's figure it in dollars. If you had $100, sorry, I'm trying to do this and it's 1 a.m. Let's say you have 100 USD, so you have enough drip to equate to 100 USD. When you swap it, you lose it, you'll be down to $90 worth of BNB. If you turn around and use that BNB, transfer it to a new wallet, so send it to your own wallet, which costs you nothing. Will cost you tax, but it's pennies. And then you buy tickets with BNB on a new wallet, you get 20%. 20% of 90 times 20% is 18. So 90 plus 18, it puts you up to 108. So actually, yeah, I kind of feel like this is a good play here, guys. So if you're already in the faucet and you claim your drip, sell it for BNB, then go in with a new wallet with that BNB, getting 20% more tickets, you actually are not only, and you get the 75%. Yeah, I feel like it's a no-brainer. Anyway, I was just thinking that out loud while we're talking about it. Now, you do actually get more bonuses if you do sacrifice. So there's going to have an option. And what does sacrifice means? So if you go with BNB or BUSD, you get the tickets. If you go in with drip, you don't get any bonus, but you do get 75% of the drip going in. If you sacrifice, you get, he said the most amount of bonuses. He didn't say specifically what, to my knowledge. But you get the most amount of bonuses for sacrifice. So you get the most amount of tickets. But you get nothing in the faucet. In essence, you are giving that drip away for nothing. Well, not for nothing. You are giving it away and burning it so it's no longer in circulation ever again. But you get a significant more amount of raffles for the potential to win more. And actually, there's going to be incentive to that. So if we go down here to the prizes, so first place is 5% of the jackpot pool. And he never specifically said where does this first place come from. I don't know if that is I would imagine, because he has first place and he has runner up 1 through 4. I imagine it is pure shit luck. However many tickets you have, a number is drawn. If that's your number, you get it. And there's going to be 5%. There's going to be one chosen for jackpot. And there's going to be one chosen for runner up, or 4 chosen for runner up. And then you have the biggest depositor. So that would be in essence, the largest deposit. I would imagine is probably going to be based on BUSD and BNB. I didn't necessarily say, it just said biggest depositor. Is that biggest depositor in drip as well? I don't know. It's a good question. We'll have to find that out when the white paper comes out more solidified. And then, like you said, the sacrifice, you actually have a chance to go 2.5%, which could be a good play, because you imagine most people, unless you're a big whale and can sacrifice a large amount of drip and have it not even phase you, us little guys, I mean, me having 90 available here after a day or two of brewing, sacrificing $50 is tough, especially since I don't think I'm going to be the biggest sacrifice at that time. I mean, there's going to be people who will sacrifice, 1,000 drip at a blink of an eye. But it's something to pay attention to, because if there's going to be 4 drawings a day, and one of the particular drawings, there's been really no sacrificing, if there's a way to track that, then that might be a play. You can sacrifice, 40, 50 drip, guarantee yourself a 2.5% based on the jackpot at the time. And then 10% moves over to the new jackpot. Now, they're going pretty big on the influencer as well. So, obviously, I'm an influencer. I usually don't push my link, but I will when the time comes. I'm going to try and get in through this. I'm going to utilize it. I'll play it, learn how it flows. That way I can talk about it on videos and kind of show you guys as well, in case anybody's kind of hesitant. And so if I do get a influencer referral, I will put it in there if anybody wants to use it. And what it basically does is that if you use the referral, whether you use mine or somebody else's, they don't get drip, but they do get more lotto tickets. So in essence, it gives them more chance to win. I would imagine these right here, which is that random chance to win. So that is what we know from drip, drop, draw so far. Now, they did say they're having a layer 2 reservoir system coming through here as well. Reservoir is a way to kind of help solidify the price of drip by depositing BNB and then earning rewards. It says down here too, drip network solution for players that want to benefit from non-inflationary yield farming through adding liquidity to the drip. So anyway, so there's going to be a layer 2 for that. We'll go into that a little bit more. But that in essence is drip, drop, draw, what we know as of now. So let's move on to our next one. So our next one that I want to talk about would be the Piggie Plinko. Now, there's probably going to be an AMA tomorrow talking about this. There was an AMA last week. I was able to start snatching some screenshots to talk about things because I had a couple questions in regards to it. So let's move some of these over here. I grabbed these screenshots. So what the heck is Piggie Plinko? A couple of things that I wanted to know with Piggie Plinko, being that I, as you guys know, am a big Animal Farm fan. My big thing and what I've always been trying to do is I want to build this pigs up as much as I can to increase my BUSD value as utilization of the platform and projects come out. I'm not a developer, unfortunately. I'm not a huge gambler, but I am somebody that's willing to invest into projects that I think are going to be good long term, and this is definitely going to be one of them. And Dog Pound. So Dog Pound also earns you BNB through the linear pool, and you earned auto compounding through the auto compounding pool. You actually can earn dogs BNB, and then you earn pigs on top of that, actually. So my thoughts are, when I'm seeing this Piggie Plinko, is amazing thoughts, really cool. How is it going to benefit dogs and pigs, and how is that going to benefit my position in the animal farm? Now, will I play it? Of course. Why not? It looks fun. I'm not huge on gambling, so I'm not going to be blowing a ton of stuff on it. But it's your standard Plinko. I'm pretty sure the majority of people know how Plinko goes. You get a bunch of pegs. In this case, they're represented by dots. You drop a pig in, it bounces around, or a dog, or whatever it is, it bounces around, and wherever it lands, you get that prize. Now, in this particular one, as you see, some things are circled. You can adjust some things. So right now, this is 120x on the outside because that's the hardest to hit. In the middle is the easiest to hit. That's why the prizes are even lower. There's obviously low risk, low, medium, high risk. I believe that would probably shrink these down. And then, low, medium, high, I think changes. I'll have to find out, but because the Plinko size will be the amount of rows here. So you can change the amount of rows, in essence, changing how many spots they can fall into. The low, medium, high, I would imagine, allows you to adjust these percentages and such. You can wager with BUSD, BNB, AFD, and AFP. So 4 different ways of getting into this, which I think is pretty good. You can set up multiple bets. In essence, you can, the way he described it is you can actually set it up to be, you want to bet a total of $500, we'll say, and it will automatically stop at that wager bet. Or you can say, I want to do a total of 50 bets, and then it will stop at 50 bets. You can also set it to say, hey, if I double my money, stop betting. Or, hey, if I lose 70% of my money, stop betting. So you have kind of stop losses and automatic payout stops. So let's close that. We don't need it. Uh-oh. My computer's debating. Delete. We don't need that. Overview. What is it? It's decentralized. So this is kind of the big part. So there's already a couple of these out there that he's talked about multitude of times. I did look into them. I don't remember the names right offhand. It was a few days ago. But there are centralized versions of this that are on different online gambling sites. And there's actually quite a few people who play them, and they stream them and all kinds of stuff. But they are through a centralized entity. So anytime you go through a centralized entity, you do have to worry, is it manipulated on the back end? And are those values or those wins able to be, if they, for instance, see a profile that finds some strategy that's highly effective, do they have the capability to track that profile and then adjust the payout percentages? It's an interesting fact, or interesting thought, I should say. Whether or not they're doing it, I don't know. But in this particular case, that's going to be one of the claim to fames here, is that in essence, it's going to say decentralized, immutable, and on-chain, utilizing Chainlink for the VRF, the verifiably random function. With that gives a solid case of already improvement of a centralized counterpart. You can rest assured with provable outcomes verified on blockchain that is decentralized and randomized, which is huge in my opinion. How do you play? Those are the tokens that are available. Again, I'm really not worried about that. So now there was an option, like I said, as you play. Oh, this is what he was referring to also here. So the Kelly Criterion, this is a formula. When you go through, it basically has a curve, and what that curve basically says is, it's going to determine the maximum bets that people. So, for instance, if you have a prize pool of $1 million, and somebody comes in with $1 million, you cannot allow them to bet with $1 million because they have the potential to win more than the jackpot is. And so there is a Kelly Criterion which uses a formula, and don't ask me what that formula is because I'm just not that person. But it is going to be able to adjust and fluctuate the available maximum wager a player can place based on what's in the current jackpot at that time. So sustainability, again, it says it'll automatically adjust the wager using that criteria and such. Stop loss, we talked about it already. So this is basically going to say, hey, stop if I win a certain amount, stop if I lose a certain amount. That way you're not blowing through your bankroll. Or, some people might just say, hey, I'm going to shoot for 2x my money each day. They play, if they 2x it automatically stops. You go on to the next day. So I think those are huge in my opinion, and very smart of him to add those in, because you don't want to just let it run and clear out your bankroll. So dog mode. So one of the big things he's going to push is the dog mode. And in essence, what that means that if you're playing bets, if you're placing your bets with BNB or BUSD, so not AFD or AFP, so this is fresh capital coming in, just like we talked about with drip, drop, draw. You want capital coming in to solidify and deepen that liquidity pool. So they're going to give you incentives for putting in BNB and BUSD. And once the incentive on this one, as we know with Triple D, it was you're going to get a bonus tickets. In this particular case, you're going to get 10% more if you bet with BUSD and BNB, but you take your prize in the form of AFD. So AFD is obviously one of these are where you're farming on the animal farm here. You're farming dogs, and so what they're in essence they're saying is that if you take your prize, if you win and you take your prize in AFD, you will actually get 10% increase of that bonus, which is big. And to my understanding, if once you take that, the purpose of that being is people would be more inclined to take it in the dog mode to get that bonus. And when you get that bonus, it's a 90% sales tax. So what are you going to do with it? You don't want to win 10% more. So if you bet $100 and you win and you 2x and you take it in the form of dogs, now you have $210 or $220 worth of dog. You can't sell it at 90%. What are you going to do? You're going to end up coming over here into the dog pound. And you can put it into the auto compound or the linear pool and start diminishing those fees. So the big thing I want to know, and that's where this screen comes in, how in the world does it benefit me and my pig pen and my dogs? BNB and BUSD from house earnings are collected into a pool. AFD and AFP from house earnings are put into the dog pound or the pig pen, where they generate BNB and BUSD. These distributions are added to the growing BNB and BUSD pool. BNB pool over here, and then obviously the BUSD pool over here. And the BNB and BUSD that are generated from the cash flows are distributed as follows. Marketing, 15%. And he says that marketing, it's a little bit high, but that marketing is going to be strictly to push Piggie Plinko specifically. He says they have plenty of funding to market Animal Farm separately, so this marketing is simply to hit up influencers and things of that nature. Oracle fee is 10%. That is to keep Chainlink active. In order to use Chainlink and in order to use VRF, you do have to use Chainlink and pay them. Pigpens injection, 40%. Beautiful. That's what I'm loving right there. Dev fee, 35%. He dig into that a little bit as to where that would go, how it's distributed, and what they would do. I don't recall what it is right offhand. But again, I'm not tripping on that. You're making these amazing platforms. You do what you need to do. People claim their prize is 10%. We already talked about that. So that is what we know from Piggie Plinko. That is what we know for Triple D. As we know, ooh, man, look at that. $61. Pigs. People are getting ready. Let's look at what it was. Today, it was the 15th. It's technically the 16th right now because of the time change. It's just after 1 a.m. 61.36. Oof. That is a $10 jump in a couple of days. That is... No, oh, sorry. No, I have that backwards. That is a $3 jump. 61.36. That is a $3 jump. This is actually the amount of pigs I have. So that's 52.29. Dogs has been solid, 1287. That deflationary dogs is legit, and that deflationary pigs is legit. It is doing its job, man. Anyways, I won't make you sit through this. We're sitting just below 5 cents, or I'm sorry, just below 6 cents on per pigs per day. But again, the goal of these is to generate cash flow into the pig pen. And as this, so we're at 645,000. Even something as much as going back up to 1 million. Where was 1 million putting us? This is going to be a guesstimate because obviously there's more pigs. So we're just about 1 million. We're about 9 cents per pig per day, give or take 8-9 cents. But up here when we first started, we were about 22 cents. Now, granted, that was just over 2 million. And there was also a significant amount less pigs circulating. And it was only 84% locked up. Last checked, we were about 88% locked up. But again, that's why I'm trying to stay ahead of the curve. Everything I'm doing, I'm trying to generate as many pigs as I can to keep my position in here, because this value is what I'm looking for. All this stuff is to build this value. So, all right, guys, I think I rambled on long enough. My throat's starting to hurt. It is late. I appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully this helps you. Let's wait for the AMA tomorrow. Please like, subscribe, share this video. If you have any comments below, I'm loving the comments. Everybody's been very, very supportive so far. I love it. I always try to reply to all the comments. So I appreciate them. Keep them coming. And have a wonderful, whatever day today is, Thursday. Thank you, guys. Good night.